What's up, guys? It's Silverfax back here with some Path of Exile. We're already up to level 40 in the Challenge League, Flashback League, but I will tell you that from 30 to 40 was a much harder leveling experience and progressing experience than before. So once you get into Act 4 here, that's where things seriously get pretty crazy. Crystal Veins wasn't too bad. It was mainly Durecio's dream. Grand Arena wasn't that bad either. Duresio himself wasn't that bad. Durecio's dream, when you get locked in there with those archers and whatnot, they're doing a lot of physical damage. You're going to need to get a few things. Well, I don't know if you need to get them right now, but I did. I was able to pick up my Ayachula for 3 chaos and my dream fragments for actually 1 chaos. So these two pieces are necessary for the entire build, and they're definitely needed. So if you can get them sooner, that's better than getting them later. Okay, I'm also like focused on getting all of our gems that we need. Flame Dash is not one of those. So Whirling Blade's my movement of choice now. Herald of Ice, Cold Pen, Freezing Pulse, added lightning damage, faster casting. I got my Spell Totem, Lesser Multiple Projectiles, and Ice Spear here. I don't have a Greater Multiple Projectiles, and I don't have the faster casting, so I'm using it over here. Spell Echo comes a little bit later. Discipline, Frostbite, the Flame Golem. We don't have the casting damage taken. I'm still using a Flame Totem sometimes. I've tried. I don't know. The Flame Totem might actually end up replacing this Ice Spear Totem possibly. It's doing so much damage still. Also, my Hypothermia Gem, Lightning Warp, just in case. Power Charge and Critical. Purity of Elements is kind of like a utility thing in case you want to cap out your resist. And then Life Leech. Life Leech I had to buy or trade for because you don't get it as a witch, and or you can wait for a drop. Whirling Blade's the same thing, and one of these other ones. Which was the other one? Oh, I know those two at least. I'm pretty sure those are the two that I had to trade for. So you want to get those. Focus on getting these. On your gear, you're still just looking for the best resist and energy shield. Mine's actually higher than this. It says 734 right now, but if I go into an area, just for example, it's 1,000 energy shield. And since my shield is bigger than my life, I have went over and got Ghost Reaver. So worked our way to Ghost Reaver, got Doomcast on the way. I grabbed 1 agility, alacrity, alacrity, whatever, on the way because I needed a little more agility to equip all my items and keep my items equipped. Other than that, we just went our normal route. I haven't refunded this passive yet, but I might in a little bit because we need the mana regen right now. If I don't, I don't know. If I end up not needing it, I'll take that away. So hopefully that'll clear that up. But yeah, I just beat Dureccio and haven't done combs yet. But as you can see, I went back and kind of did all the quests because what happened was once I got Terrestrial's dream area, things were a little tough and I needed to gear up. So I figured I'd go back and do all the quests at this point in time. That's a good time to go back and do all the quests. I'm not sure if I got every one of them, but I'm pretty sure I got most of them. At least all the passive ones and ones that have skill gems as a reward. Because if you finish the quest, you can purchase those skill gems from their vendor. Not this one, but well, this one will have different gems eventually. So other than that, just looking for a good blade is the main thing we're looking for right now. And I found this one. It's not great, but it has spell damage and a little bit of damage to spells. And the maximum mana is not terrible either. I'm looking for a better blade. Fortunately, my Quartz Scepter is still my best weapon here. And we're just looking for upgrades. The big thing that we're doing right now is trying to get a ring. Not necessarily a final ring, but some ring that's serviceable in this slot. This one's the best one I've got so far. I've just been throwing transmutation shards on some 2-stone rings. See what I get, because I have a few extras. I'm not really trying to spend a lot of currency, but yes, I know I have 9 chaos herbs, and that's because I found a quill rain. I found a quill rain, and Ziggy D just posted some video about some explosive arrow builds, so everyone's making explosive arrow builds. So it works out really well for me. This was a level, I got 10 chaos orbs for like a level 17 quill rain, and I know that might sound cheap, but at level 17 can only get 3 sockets, so it was well worth it for me to dump it off now, because I'm not going to be able to get rid of that later. So other than that, Act 4 is kind of a pain. We're almost done with it. Hopefully, by 50, we'll be done with Act 1 or Act 2 of Cool. Because, I mean, once I get done with Combs here and the boss, Malachi, I mean, Malachi is what I'm really worried about, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. Oh, a little bit of a little reminder. Once you get to Dried Lake in any difficulty, if you need gear, go farm it. Go farm Dried Lake. Go down there, fight the boss down there, and farm it. You'll get some drops. I got quite a few uniques here. I don't know if I got all of them from him. I ran him a few, like 3 or 4 times maybe. But it did help me get all my gear to where I want to be. We also want to start getting our flasks together. So I got a topaz and ruby flask here. These are going to be used. I wish I had a granite flask. I don't. I might end up having to craft one or trade for one. To craft one, I think you need like the flasks that have armor on them, like bonus armor. If you get like 3 that give you like 100% bonus armor, you can craft a granite flask. To look that up exactly, but either I'll probably end up just buying one or craft. I don't know. I might just buy a plain granite flask for like really cheap, like an alteration, and then craft it. But this is where we're at 40. Game is getting a little tougher for the build. I can see where people struggle. What I would recommend doing is when you're playing through stuff, go ahead and give you an example real quick. Use your totems to, I don't know which one you want to use. I was trying to use both, but like I said, the flame totem's still doing more damage. So at this point in time, I'm probably gonna use flame, but in Comb's dream, it might be better to use this ice totem. Um, Use your totems to protect you or for you to protect your totem. Either way, you're going to want to end up situating yourself behind your totems now at this point. You can't just run through and smash things and expect everything to die. I'm hoping that changes, but see, you put your totem up and stand in front of it. I mean, we are doing some substantial damage, so like normal guys pretty much died, but when you get to like rares and stuff, you kind of got to be a little more careful. But it does start to feel like the character's coming together at this point, so that's kind of cool. I do want to switch out this totem. These guys are all like fire guys. I think it's silly to have this. Hold on. So with the ice spear totem, you want to place it behind you like this distance, and it'll freeze all the guys in front of you. So it'll just freeze them. Unfortunately, I don't have elemental proliferation, but I might put it on instead of faster casting at this point if I can get my sockets together. Another thing you want to do is when you're looking for gear now, you want to start looking for sockets. What the hell? Oh, because your sockets are going to start to matter, but I mean, we're not spending any currency on these sockets. I just happened to find this 4-link, and I put my, you want to put your freezing pulse in your 4-link. I guess I should mention that. I got cold penetration, freezing pulse, added lightning damage, and faster casting right now. I would replace added lightning damage with life leech, but the colors are off. For sure I would do that, and I'd replace faster casting with spell echo as soon as possible. Other than that, I mean, we're going through and progressing pretty fine at this point. I mean, these guys are a lower level than you right now, but I don't like to be over leveled, but it was needed at this part of the game. It was just needed. I still think there's some work to be done with these Act 4 enemies. They do not scale well. Like, their life totals seem to be a little off, or their damage totals. I'm not sure. I think it's mainly their damage, because they do die pretty easy, but they do so much more damage in Act 3. And I think they do more damage in Act 1. Cool. But we'll see. Alright guys, well this is Sofox, and I hope you guys found some stuff here helpful. Keep on gearing up, and from this point forward, we're basically, the other reason why you want to farm Dried Lake is because you can get all your top tier gear from there. The equivalents of, like later in the game, your equivalents of your highest tier gear, like your best bases, I should say. So like this is kind of like a Veil Regalia, this is a Cabalist Regalia, you know, like that's, if this rolled a little bit better, I would be using it instead of this one. Actually, I need the resist from this one, that's why I switched. But say you get a nice energy shield roll on that, that can be pretty good. So the Act 4 is definitely where you want to farm, and I would recommend farming, like I said, Dried Lake. Just rush down there and kill the boss. He's usually in the middle area, bottom middle area, so if you just go straight down, you should be able to find him, no problem. But my child is upset right now, so I'm going to get off. You guys take care, and hopefully this has been a little helpful, and see you guys next time. We'll probably 40 to 50. Take care, guys.